Hi there, Capricorn. Healing Grasshopper here to do your reading for the third week in June, the 15th to the 21st. Right? Yeah. Um, oh God, well, okay. All of these ours? No. This here? No. This here? Like that. Okay. So we've got Ace of Cups reversed? No. Capricorn. What's going on? The Tower? Reversed? No. Oh, reversed? Hmm, okay. Capricorn. You guys walking away from a long term romantic relationship. Let's see. All romantic? No. Okay. So these aren't all romantic, Spirit says. There is a mix of relationships, but obviously these are not casual relationships because Spirit wouldn't be bringing this up. And you wouldn't be so upset either. Um, we talked about this in the beginning of last year, how this is a time where we are, because we are ascending and we're moving in, we're in a paradigm shift, that there is a closing out of relationships. And I was saying last year that for the most part, most Capricorns are, have finished that phase where they've cleaned their lives out, you know. And a lot of Capricorns are standing alone because they've really cleaned house in their life and, you know, are no longer tolerating dysfunction and toxicity in their lives. But there are apparently quite a few Capricorns who are still in that closeout phase, which is okay. We're all on our own paths and going through things differently in our own pace. The Ace of Wands here, I'll bet you is not reversed. Reversed? No, I didn't think so. It's rare when a Capricorn has a reversal of a wand. Like, we're doers. Um, yeah, here we are. Ending of a relationship, and it was not pretty. This wasn't like Gwyneth Paltrow's conscious uncoupling. This is an F you, F off, kick rocks type situation, where you're just like, I am done with you and I've got a few words for you before I go, which is, that's fine, not fun, but it's hurtful all the same. It was not good, but, you're moving through it. And here you are, so much like a Capricorn. You're like, ouch, but gotta go climbing. You're not sticking around for misery. Um, we'll see how this is playing out. King of Swords, yeah. This is also very much like Capricorn. This tarot took you out of character for sure. Because Capricorns, oh no, Spirit is saying no, it didn't take you out of character. Okay, so maybe this is the other person. Okay, so Capricorn stayed Capricorn. That does not mean that Capricorn didn't say a few things, have a few things to say, but yeah, you didn't stoop to their level, which is good. And what made me change the narrative here? The King of Swords. Because the King of Swords, it does not bicker. King of Swords is very Capricorn. Like, he's sitting over on his throne in the corner watching things. He's not in the melee. He's just observing. And when he sees something that he doesn't like that doesn't serve him, he puts that sword to use. Otherwise, he's not talking, right? Very Capricorn. Um, Emperor. Glad. Like Capricorns, we're dignified folks. You're seldom gonna see us in the middle of a big brawl at the club. We're the ones by the door. We're ready to go. We don't want any part of that craziness. Excuse me, the Emperor. Reversed? No, of course it's not reversed. Capricorn, sitting in our thrones. Capricorn, through all of this business, has not forgotten who they are. And by the way, I'm saying we all the time for those of you who are new here, welcome. I am a Capricorn sun. So, and I always talk to the Capricorns like fellow Capricorns because I am in the trenches with you. Although this isn't really my scenario. I relate to you, but I've closed out most of my relationships, my toxic ones. So, um, that can be famous last words. Who knows? I still have a few people that work my nerves in my life, so maybe this is my near future. But anyway, this is not about Grasshopper. This is about you guys. Um, Emperor. The Emperor is about one who sticks to his convictions. He is disciplined. He is determined. He is confident. He is resourceful and powerful. All the things that we are. And, but the word that really comes to mind here is dignified, right? And I was talking about, you know, not being involved in the melee in the club. The King of Swords and the Emperor are very similar in that way. High Priestess. Okay, I'm glad to see this. You know, very balanced energies here. And you guys are not the first. I have been doing, in June, okay, I've started to see a change in all of the signs where everyone before that, especially from contrast to last year to this year, has been like, oh, there's a problem here. X zodiac sign is struggling to get through it and really having to course correct and adjust their behaviors and all that kind of thing. But for June, it's like everyone, boom, 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 is like, dealing with things like a badass. And some of I'm trying to remember who. There were a couple of zodiacs, Pisces and Aries. in June monthly. It was like, you go, guys. Um, like they were dealing with problems, but they were winning. This is you, Capricorn. You are no exception in the group with the rest of the zodiac signs. Yeah, you're dealing with adversity, but you are not forgetting who you are. But what does that have to do with the high priestess? Uh, I was talking about balance, right? Because earth signs can often, and hold on just a second. Reversed? I should have, no. Okay, I thought so. Um, yeah, there was no way that was reversed because I felt balance right away when I saw it. What I mean by balance is we are earth signs, right? And all the other signs, especially earth signs, whom are not water signs, oftentimes in a situation have to remind ourselves to check in with spirit, right? Even me, the tarot reader, because it's not what how we move naturally. We are earth signs, we are entrenched in the physical plane. Um, and that is our natural domain. So it just doesn't come naturally in a situation to automatically go to intuition, but you are putting that to practice here, you know? You are stopping to check in. And it's not like, oh, you had the breakup. Capricorns are right away going to go to the finances and see how to disperse them and take it. And it's like, no, yeah, that might be part of it, but you're really assessing what's important with the help of your intuition. It gives you a really good perspective on the situation and on how to navigate it and move forward. Very balanced energy. And I swear this is because of Pluto and Capricorn had everybody, especially us, in crazy turmoil for the past 20 years. And now that's moved into Aquarius in this past November, things are starting to balance out and shift for the better. Knight of Wands, you're more wands. This is you like, yeah, you just don't have time for bullshit. It's just like we are moving towards our goals. Capricorn's going to continue to climb. What did I just say? Capricorns are going to continue to climb, and boom, the chariot comes out. It's so perfect. If there were a climbing card in the tarot deck, it would be this one. I love you, Capricorn, so much. Ain't nobody got time for this bullshit. Oh, God. So good. Whoops. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles. Capricorn is too busy winning to deal with other people's BS. Nine of sorry, Nine of Pentacles about material comforts and blessings, but also recognizing the blessings, right? And luxuriating in them. Like You know that you're doing well, you know what you've got, and you're appreciating it. But it's very much you're playing it against this pain that you have. It's like this is your consolation. Like, yeah, that person hurts me, but who cares? I'm living my best life. I'm going to turn my attention to my blessings. In Capricorn. All I want to do is laugh. You guys are really. And that's what you're doing. The laughing all the way to the bank came to my mind. Because that's what you're doing. Like, haha. And that doesn't mean at all that everyone's, living their best financial life, but I'm talking about you're moving towards it. You see the light at the end of the tunnel in life in general and financially. And um, you know, you see your misgivings, but it's like, yeah, that's life. That's the low vibrational part of life. I'm focusing on the high vibrational. By the way, um, last year there was this dual energy of me. I was reassuring everyone about the difficulties of what I mentioned before, Pluto and Capricorn, and how things have been miserable. And the readings were very much um, like Five of Cups and Four of Cups, like looking at spilt milk and, oh, you know, everything spoils me. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a child of Saturn, and nothing goes well for me. And you know what? And who could argue with you? Because we went through 20 years of that, you know? So here we were at the end of the 20 years, like, oh, you know? But I was like, it's going to get better, I promise. And there were a number of you. Oh, and then um, Pluto had entered Aquarius for a few months, right? It was this thing where Pluto had left Capricorn, went into Aquarius for like 5 months or something, and but then went back into Capricorn again, you know, until it entered, it re-entered Aquarius in November for good for the next 20 years. So that was the time really where Capricorns I was very much like, yay, things are getting better. And some of the Capricorns were like, Grasshopper, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm not talking about me picking it up in my intuition, feeling the collective. I'm talking about people actually commenting, like, things are not getting better for me. I don't see it, Grasshopper. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So I was doing bonuses like no Capricorn left behind type uh, videos because I felt bad for those people who still felt like they were in the doldrums. So anyway, why am I rambling on here? Because that came to mind, and I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. So I love to hear from everybody wherever you are in your life. So, because I answer everyone in the comments, but I want to hear, especially from the people who are listening to this reading, like, yeah, I don't know why Grasshopper is so optimistic. Everything's terrible for me. Because I get it. Um, and I will do bonuses for you. Um, I'm laughing at everything here because I love to live vicariously through folks, and some of you are just dealing with things like bosses, and I love to see it. But By no means am I saying that things are perfect for us because it's not perfect yet. And I know that because it's not perfect yet for me in my own life. But I do have the rare Capricornian optimism because we are quintessential pessimists, right? We um we subscribe to Murphy's Law and everything's bad all the time, or at least potentially bad. Oh, you know what? I forgot to light my gratitude candle. So let us have gratitude. I know this is a rant, guys, but I hope you're following me because the journey of this rant is very important. Where we've got to recognize who we are. We are Capricorns, and sometimes we can get overly pessimistic. So, and not very generous with ourselves either, right? So, I am encouraging you to pat yourself on the back here because you're handling this well, Capricorn. This may still be painful, and I'm not ignoring that. I promise you, I'm not dismissing that. But I'm focusing on your navigation of this and how expertly you're doing it. And I think that's something to focus on. Is this our card? No. Any of these ours? None of them. This is a fumble. Okay. So we've got two of wands. Oh, and also all of that rant was about the two of wands and how you choose your destiny. This is a man a merchant here, who has chosen his course to go find his riches, which is why he's holding the world. He's got a plan to make a fabulous life for himself, right? So you can wallow in pessimism, and, oh, everything's terrible, or you can count your blessings and search for more. And I will have a link to some or at least one Joe Dispenza video, which I have no acquaintance with. I just find him helpful. He talks about that very thing and how directing your mind to positive things will bring you a positive outcome, manifestation. Anyway, back to the reading. Abundance. But wait, between the tower, yeah, between the tower and the the six of swords, we have the six of pentacles, not abundance. Okay, now I got the message. Two of wands is choosing oneself, right? Because you have love and the dismantling of it. So out of the two people in this, you know, discord, you are choosing yourself. Congratulations. You chose correctly. Now we have over here between the tower and the six of swords is self-care, generosity with oneself, but also maybe a little generosity with your significant other as well, where you are, and you have the king of swords here too. which my eyes just went to. Yeah. Where it's just like you're choosing your peace for yourself and the other person. Like, earlier in the reading, I was talking about having choice words and being out of character. If that is true, it was very, very short lived. Like you composed yourself right away and you were like, no, 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 we're not going to do that. Look, we're going to close this out and we're going to be adults here. Right? So I say all that to say that it serves you well. And I keep talking, I keep going back from past to present because I feel like most of you people, most of Capricorns, this is not future here. This is recent past or, current. And most of the time my readings are. But anyway, right? You are just doing things in a high vibration for everybody's best interest. Just like reverse, no. You don't need toxicity. So you have the King of Pentacles. Again, this is more of the climbing. But climbing, yes, but again, look at you. King of Swords, Emperor, and the King of Pentacles. This is not forgetting who you are and not forgetting your goals, too. You may have been disrupted here on your climb, Capricorn, and I'm deliberately using the whole Billy Goat climb on the scaling the cliff. You may have been halted for a second or two, but you started right back up on your climb. You don't have time for it. You're working reversed. Okay. Capricorn, don't let this other person drag you backwards. You got Two of Swords here, which is like indecisiveness and being unsure of oneself. And this certainly is not coming from you, right? Because this is coming in between King of Swords, Emperor, Knight of Wands, and Chariot. This is not an energy. You see, this is a lack of confidence in the midst of really strong confidence, right? Which is you. So this cannot be coming from you. This other person doesn't want to close out this relationship. This is like I just heard the Spike Lee, please, baby, please. I can't even do it like him. But like he doesn't want to let go, or they doesn't have to be a man. They don't want to let go. They were horribly toxic to you. Just said and did terrible things, just awful, awful, awful. But they're still expecting you to come back to the table. No, no, it's done. And you're like, you loved this person. You have Ace of Cups here in the beginning of your reading. There's no doubt that you don't care for this person. You do. But you are choosing yourself Two of Wands. You know that it's time to go. Don't let them drag you backward. In trying to patch this up, you're going to put yourself into another karmic cycle. Close out this karmic cycle so you can get to the good stuff. I mean, it's up to you. If you want to, you have just climbed out of the swamp. If you want to go plunge back in it, that's up to you. But and nothing good is going to come from it, Capricorn. Don't do it. And I know I don't have to preach at you because Capricorns, when we make a decision, we're ready to go. We're not like Libra, you know. Yeah, Lord help people. And people don't know. And we will try and salvage things and work on things and stuff, and we'll warn our significant others too, like, you really need to change your behavior because if you push me over the line, I'm going to be finished. And when I'm finished, I'm finished. And they don't listen. They do not listen. And we warn them over and over and over again. And once that straw falls on your back, we're done. And then they're back like, oh, I'm sorry, we can fix it. Nope, it's done. Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's done. Like Queen of Wands is already looking forward. Queen of Wands is about one who is confident in her convictions, but also very optimistic. She makes a choice and she's like, yeah, that's the right choice. And she is gleefully anticipating the results of that choice, right? That's you. That's you looking forward into the future. Queen of Wands is not looking back. That's our outcome here. The Hermit. Yeah. If there was, look, I always try and stop myself when in situations like this where I'm like, run far, far away, leave, you know? Like, that's not my choice to be telling queerance. I should be more like, it's your choice, and blah, blah, blah. And I did say that, but you've heard me already in what I was saying. I'm really directing this, like, run. Um, but Spirit is really saying, it's time for you to go off on your own now, the Hermit is saying. This couple life is over for you right now. It's time for you to focus on your manifestations. We're going to tend to our crown and third eye and heart chakras, especially our heart chakras. We've got to repair from this, but it's going to be time for us to focus on the physical plane too and our material comforts that we're always climbing towards. Because this other person is not the baggage that you want to be carrying with you on your journey. The season is over. Let's close it out. Okay? Capricorn, advice cards? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, guys? So that is the message. Looking forward to hearing from you in the comment section. Like I said, I answer every single one. Please, you Capricorns that are really not feeling optimistic, you are the ones that I want to hear the most from. So go hit that comment box so I can talk to you. And we'll see about some bonuses. Okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. It's a free and quick gesture that means the world to me. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs and it's been a little slow. So I thank you in advance. Every single subscriber means everything to me. All right. So I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.